All right, so let's try that again. We had a little technical difficulties. That's what happens when you go live. So today we're going to be talking about the February market report. And our theme is obviously about rentals because that's pretty much the only area that's seen the biggest amount of up and down swings. Why rentals? Because that kind of transitions into sales, and then the sales transitions into the commercial. It's all cyclical. So we're going to start there. Manhattan resale prices have stagnated, and the median price only went up 0.6%. Okay, so why is that? We'll talk about the luxury marketplace, but that's the main crux of Manhattan. If you're looking at Upper Manhattan, that's the resale pricing has actually reached an all-time high. I think a lot of people couldn't afford the actual lower part of Manhattan, so they started moving up, and or Brooklyn and Queens. We'll be talking about that in a second. The Upper Manhattan prices rose the most out of any sub-marketplace, and they went up 4.5%. The luxury homes, which we could talk a lot about that, the amount of inventory available for the luxury homes, and this was from the Samuel Appraisal Company, they talked about there's 8 years of inventory. So that means all those homes that are getting put on, say right around Madison Square Park and right below Central Park, all those homes, they have a lot of competition. They need to brand themselves completely different. They can't just say we're a luxury building. They have to say we're a luxury lifestyle that provides not only all these amenities, but all these concierge services. Not to be seeing the amount of price decreases that we've been seeing in the luxury marketplace. If we want to talk about the luxury marketplace, we're talking about $4 million and above. The luxury home prices have fallen to, actually fell 2%. And we'll talk about the Upper West Side, which actually offered the most amount of price decreases. Usually that has a very tight inventory. Right now they're offering 24% of all the luxury units are seeing price decreases. So out of the luxury marketplace, the Upper West Side is seeing the highest amount of price cuts. Moving on to Brooklyn. Brooklyn resale has been doing a lot better. Their prices have grown 2.5 year over year. And North Brooklyn, once they announced the L train shutdown, a lot of people exited, renters and sales and developers. But North Brooklyn has rebounded and is actually at the highest levels, despite the low inventory, which is actually good for them. Despite the falling prices when the L train, as I was talking about, was announced, they grew 6.2%, the highest resale prices on record. Meanwhile, the inventory in North Brooklyn fell 9%. So you're looking at low inventory. A lot of people moved out of Manhattan because it got too expensive. They moved into Brooklyn. We'll be talking about Queens next, and obviously Upper Manhattan. So the crux of the middle part of Manhattan, very stagnant, but prices still going up. As I mentioned, in Manhattan, 0.6%. Queens kind of looks like Miami. You have a lot of cranes everywhere. If you take the Long Island Railroad and you look north, you see a ton of luxury rentals and condos that are getting thrown up, ton of competition as well. However, the Queens resale prices rose twice as fast as last year. The median price in Queens rose 6% year over year. Northeast Queens had the highest price, or has the highest price on record. The resale prices grew 8%. 8%. So you're actually seeing a lot of people absorb the inventory. Are we going to be seeing that in 2018? I have no idea. Again, these numbers are in the past. So what we're seeing right now, and then we compile those numbers and then put it out, that's going to be seen in Q2 of 2018. Rents. So we'll just talk about rents really quick. Why do rents actually matter? Because if you're renting and you don't see that your rent is going up, or it's only going up a little amount, say 1 or 2%, if that, or it stagnates and you're paying the same amount, you're not going to go buy a place. You're not probably going to buy a studio and a 1-bedroom. When people buy studio and 1-bedrooms, they get sick of renting. They say, I'm throwing money outside into the trash can. I'm making someone else wealthy. I'm not actually building equity. And then they go and they buy a place. But if they stay there, that hurts the studio and 1-bedrooms. If that hurts the studio and 1-bedrooms, that cascades into the 2-bedrooms, the 2-bedrooms into the 3-bedrooms, into the townhouses, and then that's the luxury marketplace. So and then obviously the luxury marketplace is also a good indication of, say, the job markets, which is the commercial space, which we're going to be talking about in a bit. So it's all a cyclical effect. My personal opinion, we'll go over the rents really quick. So the rents, 34% of Manhattan and 28% of Queens rentals received price cuts. And the median price has actually essentially remained flat. I think the 34% and the 28% in Queens, The ones that were actually, and obviously this is rentals, has received price reductions are the ones that they have a lot of competition. If you look at Hudson Yards, there's 820 units, 820 or 840 luxury rental units coming on the marketplace. They're offering to pay the broker. They're offering free months. They're offering low security deposits. They also are competing with buildings just south of there that are luxury rental buildings. So there's a lot of competition in the luxury marketplace. It's to be seen what's going to happen with that. With regards to, say, under $4 million, this is what I've seen. I thought going into 2018, 2017, a lot of people were hesitant about buying, so I said, listen, let's wait, let's look at 2018. I think there's going to be an influx of inventory. We haven't seen that. There hasn't been this big, just abundance of inventory coming on, so it's slightly in the seller's marketplace. You know, we put 2 homes in contract that were listed with other brokers for multiple months, and we put them into contract after the first open house. Granted, we have a different marketing campaign. We utilize video, networking, and things like that. So it's a little bit different, social media, where all the attention is. However, if you're looking at this for rents, look at this for sales, because we'll see under $4 million. You know, the trend going into 2018 is there's still going to be competition. If you're a buyer, there's really not going to be an influx of inventory. So if you need to buy, this is what you have. If you don't need to buy, you're probably going to re-sign your lease and then look to buy next year. With regards to rates, I was talking with a banker actually 2 days ago, and he mentioned that they're slowly creeping up. And honestly, I don't know how that's possible, because you don't have a lot of mortgages being originated. Maybe there's a lot of refis, I have no idea. But if you look at it, the pricing or the mortgage rates should not be inching up as much as they are. So that's to be seen as we move forward, but that is the February market update. If you guys have any questions, leave it in the comments below. And of course, subscribe to the YouTube video or like us on Facebook if that's where you're watching us. And of course, Instagram. Instagram is our favorite social media network. Shoot us an email, charles@botensten.com. Hope to serve you guys in the future. And if you guys, of course, have any inquiries, drop in the comments or shoot us an email. Have an awesome day. See you guys in March.